The Cat in the Hat is technically a children's comedy movie, but its actual plot is about two children being left home alone while a 6-foot-tall cat breaks into their house, destroys a ton of furniture, releases several creatures, defies the laws of physics, and threatens to ruin their mother's life. The best way I can describe this movie is it's like having sleep paralysis with 107-degree fever while getting a cavity filled. The movie opens up in Danville, a place so aggressively colorful and cheerful that it looks like JoJo Siwa became a sovereign nation, which is where we meet Conrad and Sally, two kids whose mom is preparing to host the biggest party of her entire career.
Tonight's host is Joan Walden.
If your house is as messy as last time,
You're fired!
She leaves the kids with one instruction: don't destroy the house.
No one sets foot in the living room or else.
Or else what? You're gonna do what Larry said and send me to military school?
She then leaves the kids behind with their babysitter, Miss Kwan, who almost immediately falls asleep on the couch. And with that, every responsible adult has been removed from the situation.
Then something went bump.
What was that?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we first meet the Cat in the Hat.
You should have seen the look on your face. It was like you saw a monster.
A monster? Where?
And he doesn't knock, introduce himself, or explain why he knows where the two children live.
Scream and run.
He just emerges from the closet and immediately pressures them into spending the afternoon with him.
Let's get this party started.
The cat himself might honestly be the most concerning part of this entire movie because they never really explain what he is. He just appears inside of their house, somehow already knows everything about them, can manipulate reality, seemingly teleport wherever he wants, and he has access to his own horrifying little pocket dimension. I mean, at this point, is this not some kind of ancient supernatural entity that decided to spend its afternoon terrorizing two children? Oh, and also, the family's pet goldfish seems to be the only one concerned about this.
Stop this right now!
Who said that?
Me! Remember the fish?
The cat insists that the kids are perfectly safe, and he's only there to teach them how to have fun.
You guys are both out of whack. You're a control freak and you're a rule breaker.
So what do we do?
So the cat then breaks into this absolutely insane musical number about how the kids should trust him to teach them how to have fun, and then...
Hairball.
He then slams a massive contract on the table
It's called a contract.
and convinces the two children to waive his responsibility for any injury, destruction, or unexplained dimensional activity that may occur.
Basically, this contract guarantees you can have all the fun you want and nothing bad's ever gonna happen. Smell that? Terrific.
And now with all future war crimes legally approved by two minors, the cat then starts demonstrating his version of fun. Jumping on the furniture, hanging up Miss Kwan in the closet, and then perhaps my favorite part of the entire movie, turning their kitchen into a meth lab, where he then begins baking cupcakes. Sorry, I forgot something. He astral projects himself into his own cooking show where him, Conrad, and Sally watch from the third person.
Cupcake or what? Cupcake and answer!
Just to briefly recap, the cat has broken into their house, hidden their babysitter, gotten signed legal immunity from two minors, and somehow he's only just getting started. So the cat then reveals that he's brought in a massive red crate that contains two small humans in it, Thing 1 and Thing 2.
He will also accept Super Thing, King, Kid Dynamite, Chocolate Thunder, or Dead.
And what purpose do they serve, you may ask? Let's see, mostly property damage. It reminds me of a time that I gave pre-workout to two toddlers. It is important to note that this is the first time in this story we see the Cat in the Hat actually afraid of anything. Conrad opens the door and he's like,
Listen, Convex, you probably don't want to do that.
Why not? It's just a crate.
This isn't just any old crate, it's the trans-dimensional transporter later.
So the cat puts this crab lock onto the crate, and Conrad gets a little curious, so he picks the lock. It then attaches itself to the dog. The dog goes flying out the window, sending those three on this citywide manhunt that goes as well as you'd expect.
I want to drive.
I think that's a great idea.
The three chase the dog around town and there's about 158 traffic violations. Meanwhile, Conrad and Sally's mom's boyfriend Lawrence has located the dog and brings him back. Now, Lawrence is basically like the villain of this story, except his main concern is just getting the children to stop committing property damage, which, based on everything we've witnessed, is a pretty reasonable outlook, I would say, as well as a hyperfixation on trying to convince the mom to send Conrad to military school.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime proposition, and you must act now.
What's funny about Lawrence, though, is that he spends the entire movie pretending to be this incredibly successful salesman to impress Joan, when in reality he's basically just a slob who somehow manages to get his TV repoed.
You're repossessing my TV?
Anyway, so Conrad, Sally, and the cat naturally craft up a plan to steal the dog back from Lawrence, which is where we get this iconic scene.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like you to sign my petition.
The biggest issue is while they've been gone, the crate has been oozing all over the place in their house. The walls are melting, the furniture is growing, and what began as two children trying not to make a mess has now become a race to stop their home from being consumed by another dimension. Now, this just solidifies why they call this an acid trip of a movie.
We're going to ride, Mrs. Kwan.
Sure, it's the only way to the crate.
It just baffles me that there's people out there worried about like Red 40 and high fructose corn syrup when there's movies out there like this. But the cat works his magic. Thing 1 and Thing 2 begin working together and they get the house all cleaned up before the mom gets home.
All right, kids, this place better not be a mess. I'm home.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Miss Walden.
Lawrence, however, did not make it alive out of this movie and just straight up gets eaten by the purple lake at the bottom of the cat's dimension.
Mamma mia.
I fell off the cliff.
The story resolves. Conrad and Sally learn how to have fun and loosen up a little bit while also taking responsibility for their actions.
Thank you, Cat.
Adieu.
So in 2003, when this movie came out, it was received horrendously. Reactions from the younger viewers were pretty mixed.
Do you think that this movie can live up to the book?
Some kids found the movie funny, while others were genuinely unsettled by the cat's appearance, the frantic tone, and just how strange and unpredictable the whole movie felt. It received a whopping 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie was so bad that Dr. Seuss's wife banned all live-action interpretations of his books for the rest of time. She really hated the adult jokes, but her biggest issue was just how aggressively weird the whole movie was. Everything from the humor to the performances to the visuals felt so bizarre and over the top that she didn't really know who the movie was supposed to be for. And you know what they say, if you make a movie for everyone, you're making a movie for no one.